Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, and for this tutorial we're learning how to make a braided turban cap using the metallic fabric. If you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for your support, for your likes, comments, and for always watching our videos. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and also click on the bell icon to enable you get notifications on all new uploads. This design is one of the trending designs, and then what makes it unique is the metallic fabric being used. For this tutorial, our design is going to come in a detachable form. That means it can be worn with or without the braid. The materials needed for this tutorial include the fabric, any fabric of choice, but to be working with the metallic fabric, be needing your wadding or padded, needing scissors, measuring tape, and of course a matching color of thread and needle. For this tutorial, I made use of these measurements. What you are working on is into two parts, where we have the braid, which is on top of the cap, and the cap itself. To get started, first ensure that you have your turban cap already made. The procedures on how to achieve this has already been explained in our previous tutorial. Now, starting with our braided design properly, I'm going to be needing 3 pieces of fabric, which I have cut out already. Now, for each piece of fabric, the width is 6 inches. 6 inches for each piece of fabric, while the length is 32 inches. So you can use between 30 to 35 inches for yours, using 6 inches by 32 inches. While for your length, you can use between 30 to 35 inches, depending on you. Get your piece of fabric for your braid, 3 pieces of fabric, because it's a braid, and I have that here. Now, for each piece of fabric, cut out the wording for it. So for this piece of fabric, I have my wording cut out already. Now, I'll be starting with 1 piece of fabric, then I'll repeat the same procedure for the other 2 pieces of fabric that will be left. If you observe your wording, you notice that there's one part of the wording that glitters, that sparkles, that shines. That is the part that has gum on it, while the other part of the wording that has nothing on it, is just plain, is the back of the wording. It has no gum. So the part that is sparkling, that is shining, which is the part that has gum, will be on the wrong side of your fabric. Okay, I'll take it again. Get the first piece of fabric. The wrong side should be facing you, while the fine side should be facing the fabric. Sorry, the working table. So this is it. This is the wrong side of my fabric. Get your wording. The side of your wording that has gone should be facing the wrong side of your fabric this way, while the wrong side of your wording should be facing you. Now get your electric iron, ensure it is plugged and it is hot, and iron this out so as to transfer heat to both the wording, and then the wording and the fabric can now stick together as one. So I'm going to go to where I have my electric iron, and I'm going to iron this to join the fabric and the wording as one. I'll repeat the same procedure for the other 2 pieces of fabric, which I'll be using for my braid as well, and then I'll get back. Once I'm done adding my wording to my fabric, this is how it is. Both of them now become one. So what I will do is that I'm going to fold my work into 2 this way. The fine side of the fabric should be inside, and the wrong side where you have the wording should be facing you, and I'm going to sew it down. I'll start sewing from this end, and I'll sew all the way down until I get to this end. Now I'm also going to repeat this same procedure for the other 2 pieces of fabric that are left. After sewing, I'll turn inside out. I'll turn my fabric inside out and get back. After sewing my fabric, this is what I have. This is the wrong side. Now I'm going to turn it inside out. I have the ends open for doing that. These are all 3 pieces of fabric after turning it inside out. Now this is what I'm going to do next. Kindly observe the way my fabric is positioned. I'm going to be placing one on each other this way. So this is the first piece. Get the second piece and place it down here, and then finally I'll get the third piece and place it on the second piece. So it is this way. Now I'm going to get to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew this end to help me hold it in down so that I can make my braids easily. This is my work. I've joined it, like I joined all three down here. So all three, they are now one. I will proceed with making my braid. At this point, you may need someone to help you hold down this end. But if you have something heavy, you can use it in place to hold down your fabric and then proceed with your braid. Now it is just the normal way you make your braid, like you making your hair and all that. So I'll just start making my braid. Please ensure that your braid comes out neatly. Instead of using wadding, you can as well either use your gum stay or add poly or scuba to it, depending on the degree of bulkiness you want to achieve. Please also ensure that your braids come out very neatly, as this determines the beauty of the work. After making my braid, this is how it is. I started from here and I continued until I got to this end. On getting to this end, I had to gather it in a way that I could sew with my sewing machine. You can also use needle and thread to hold it down. And then this is it for my braid. I have my braids here. Now in order to make it easy for me to wear on my turban cap, I'm going to be adding my handle to it. Now for both sides, we'll be needing 2 pieces of fabric. I have 5 inches by 12 inches in 2 places. So I'm going to fold my fabric into 2, with the fine side of my fabric inside and the wrong side of my fabric outside. And then I'm going to be making a curve. So this is it, and I'm going to sew from this place down to this end, and then I'll repeat the same thing for my second piece of fabric which I have here. So this is going to serve as the handle of my work. So I'm going to sew, and after sewing I'll get back. My handle here, after sewing and turning it inside out, this is what I have. I'm going to add it to my braided design so that I can tie. It can be a detachable design when worn on my turban cap design. And this is the handle, both handle. Now folding this edge, fold it in a bit, pass in one side of your braid into the handle. Now get your needle and thread and tack this down together. Repeat the same procedure for the other side. So fold in the edge, pass this end into the handle, place it well, and then tack down using your needle and thread, and then you have your braid with your handle for tying. I have my dummy head, and then I'll be illustrating how it is worn. So I have my turban cap here. This is a ready-made turban cap, and I also have my ready-made braid design here. So I will start by placing my turban cap on my dummy head, and then you have it this way. The next thing I'll do is to get my braid and then place on it, and using the handle I'll be tying at the back. So after tying at the back, it is secured. Then you adjust and position it the way it should be. So this is the finished work of my braided design. I hope you got value from this tutorial. Please, if there are any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you so much. See you in our next tutorial.